Hey, hey. Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of Press Any Key. It's just me, Jess, and Mike tonight. We lost half of the people in this group.
It sounded like they died.
Yeah, they're gone.
We are hemorrhaging.
But
in a better place now.
Episode 46, they're
Portland?
definitely in a better place. Actually, now that you say it out loud, no, not a better place. Not a better place. Yeah, so last show of the summer, 2021. We appreciate everyone who's watched every show, Liz. And
Liz's parents.
if you like this, you should like the stream, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell. Actually, don't hit the bell. Who does that? You know, it's weird. Also, there's a podcast version of this show if you like miss it or like turn it off or get tired of it. All three totally valid. And you want to catch up on like your morning commute or something. It's available on all major podcast apps.
How many people do you think listen to us just to like go to sleep?
None.
None?
Yes.
Because I saw Jess's TikTok.
What about it?
Not about this one. About a Frasier.
Oh, yeah.
Cracked up at that one.
Well, it's true. And it resonated with a lot of people because
Yeah, it did.
I thought nothing of this.
Did you blow up over the weekend?
I posted it a while ago. So basically the
Couple
TikTok,
hundred likes.
it's just me saying like, hey, life hack, if you want to fall asleep, just put on an episode of Frasier, because listening to these two white boys talk about how much better they are than everyone is exhausting. And everyone was like, yeah, me too. Yeah, I watched this show to fall asleep
That's
too.
a
Like,
good take on Frasier.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why
You
you're
have
here.
the people who are like, yeah, I just like to put on mindless shit and watch that. And then you have the other people who are like, yes, white people talking about shit.
It's always what's it called? The people who try to seem like they're the most interesting that end up boring the shit out of you anyway, right?
Hey, what are you going to do? You can only like it and listen for so long.
Nah, you just don't take yourself seriously and hope you build a listener base off of that. Anyway,
Welcome to Press Any Key.
welcome to Press Any Key. So yeah, last show of the summer. It's been a good summer. So we were talking about this before, and I wasn't going to say it on here, but then you guys said I should say it on here.
It's important.
It is. So it's close to like a year to the date. If not this week, then next week. Because I saw something in my phone, like on Time Hop.
I was going to say, do you use Time Hop?
Yeah.
You still use Time Hop.
Every day.
What is your
Since
what is
2016.
Your streak?
Easily like 1,500 something.
My roommate Frank is a avid Time
hopper.
I can't remember his streak, but it is like something like it is like that. It is wild.
It's dedication for sure.
I've never used that once,
I've
and
never
I never
used it.
want to.
No, I don't need to.
I mean, even like seeing memories on Facebook is hard enough.
I mean, it's horrifying for sure.
Yeah, I don't need to, like, all the Facebook memories come up and it's like, okay, you were in high school and you were posting like Red Hot Chili Peppers lyrics to like how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, it's also like kind of like, you know, it's just like you see the things that you post on the internet like 10 years ago and you're like, oh,
but also like
bro, what
how
a
much
take.
simpler of a time it was.
It was, dude. It
was
I
like
mean, my
hanging
Facebook,
out and playing guitar. It's
Well-
like, anybody want to do anything later?
well,
Like,
my okay, I never did that. I never
I did
was
that.
the plans guy through the
I
status.
totally was the
I would
plans
just
guy through
text
the
my
status.
friends. But my status was a way of communicating with my friends about inside jokes.
oh, so you just have a bunch of. Do you remember
Horrible
what they?
things.
Do you remember what they reference all the time, or sometimes?
Not all of them, you know, but a lot of them I've gone through and I've gotten rid of though. Yeah, in
Listen.
2017 there was a query search put on Facebook.
Yeah,
I went through there and I
that's fair.
scraped that motherfucker clean. I was like, because you definitely didn't have good takes in
a couple years
back.
Hey man, look, the important part is you grow, you change, you look back, and if you say like, wow, I used to be a piece of shit.
You get off the internet for a bit.
Right.
Take a chill pill.
Come back a new man. It's just like OJ.
Yeah, man. Because me and OJ's situations are very comparable.
Have you saw the thing where he's like, I don't feel comfortable going out in LA because he could be sitting next to the person who did it? Like he's
Which is like
actively said this several times.
just like if he just came out and was like, I did that shit and it was awesome, I'd be like, yeah, dude, we all think the same way.
the fact
okay?
that he's still like
Like-
it's literally like someone wearing a bad toupee.
You murdered your wife and her lover, a lover that was like behind your back.
right.
That's the
Lover's
ultimate.
the right term.
What'd you say?
Lover is the right term.
Yeah, they're like, that is the ultimate. Anybody wants to do that in that situation, and that's why so many people were happy to see him get off. We're just like, because that's one for the psychos out there, you know.
It's one for all that. He was just doing his Joker arc.
Yeah, pretty much. He completed it,
and it's good.
and now he's making videos about football on Twitter, and the fact that he's, hey, Twitter world, it's yours truly. So I was just seeing on CNN, like, and he gives his opinion, and then the best had to be, someone said something to him like, hey man, you should just stick to talking about football, and he just sent back a knife emoji. And it's like, what are you doing? Like,
He does too many like wink and nods
Yeah.
to it.
well, that's like his book is like, if I would have
did it or
well, no,
whatever,
it's
yeah.
if I would have done it,
Yeah.
but if I did it is like fucking the biggest words on
Right.
that page.
If I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show, OJ Simpson.
We'd love to have you on, OJ.
That would be crazy, though. That would be crazy. And I would, dude, I love that Dave Chappelle joke where he's like, I was in a restaurant. OJ walked up to me and was like, hey, I hope good things happen to you and all that stuff. And he's like, how could you shake the hand of that murderer? And he's just like, in all fairness, that murderer ran 11,000 yards.
It's like that murderer was a real fucking good football
Yeah.
player.
He kind of set the standard for a bit. And like the whole white Bronco thing is my favorite thing. More people tuned in to watch that than voted in the next presidential election.
That's fair.
Oh, makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
It's also the most amount of pizzas ordered for any live television event ever.
Oh, because they were like, no, I'm watching this go down.
Yeah, it was also at that sweet spot of dinner too. So
So you had like avoid the Noid and then watch the juice. Like,
yes,
the juice is on the loose and avoid the Noid. Pizza Hut did
shit.
real well.
Yeah. Well, speaking of juice getting loose, let's talk about Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, huh? Because the juice is loose. That whole movie is based around just O.J. Simpson. They let him out.
That's
of
OJ
the
Simpson
multiverse.
is Spider-Man. That's the multiverse.
That would be great. That means in this reality, now this multiverse stuff, there's a version of Spider-Man that exists where O.J. Simpson is just a different iteration of a villain.
There's an infinite amount of universes that exist where OJ is a Spider-Man villain.
God damn it. I love this multiverse shit. They really can do anything.
It's really just writing themselves a blank check to be
yeah.
Comics have been doing this for the entirety of existence of comics,
Mm-hmm.
being like, fuck it, we're just going to change this and we're going to call it a different universe.
Right.
It's really interesting to see that Marvel is, balls to the walls committing to this now, because you couldn't
do this 10 years ago.
You couldn't do this 10 years ago. I don't think people would have, it would have flopped.
It's just like, I'm tired. I'm happy that it's happening, but I hate the way we got here. And not the way Marvel did things, it's the way the community responds. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Nah, go into it.
Oh, okay. I think the speculation crowd, like every movie that was coming out was like, this is where they bring in the mutants, or it's like the multiverse is here. This is how they're bringing in the. Can't you just let it happen? Just let it happen, and if you like it, cool. If not,
Move along.
go away.
You're gonna tell a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, move along.
Move along. I think
Let it go.
it actually does like the opposite, or not the opposite, but it combats that. It's kind of like, you guys wanted to you think about everything, like now everything's possible and everything is canon.
I hope it flies in the face of all of that, and they're all so upset.
Well, that's the thing. It's just now it's like you want to speculate all you want. It's like you're all right and you're all wrong at the same time. It's just, fuck you, I'm shutting this argument down.
Pretty much. Yeah, Jess, do you watch it? You watch the trailer?
I did, and it looked really cool, and I'm excited to see it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah.
You're just beaming with
agree.
excitement right now. I can see it.
I agree. I think that they're like Marvel is finally kind of acknowledging all of the different the multiverse,
Right.
because they DC would always start over and do something whatever, but they never really acknowledged that they're starting over, this is a different thing now. It was
They were just we
this
fucked
is
up,
it.
we're gonna try and fix
Yeah.
this again.
This is the thing now, but they're kind of breaking the fourth wall with all of that.
I feel like the real difference here is that you guys are aware that Marvel, like all of Marvel's universes, whether it be movie or whatever,
Comic
they're all
or-
canon in some way. So I believe the main Marvel universe in the comics is 616. And I believe the one for the movies is like 191 or 919, like whatever. And then the Ultimate Universe, I can't remember what the fucking numbers were on that. But either way, my point is that they are all parallel dimensions of each other. And in the Marvel like universe, like comic book stuff, they all exist, like run parallel to each other.
Yeah.
So this is a way for them to also introduce that into the movies too, where it's like now you can do a movie, let's say in the future, where, you know, Captain America like was really
Peggy is Captain America.
yeah, or like where Captain America is really killed, like was really killed by, you know, Crossbone, you know, in the original Civil War comic.
Right.
Or like Spider-Man has to like erase his marriage, you know, which is kind of what I'm getting to next. So
Well, the thing I think that is actually really cool is I think it makes, because there's a ton of, DC does this really well. DC has their main comic movies like as their like big things.
I also just think they took a different approach.
But what I'm saying is that DC has a ton of like a bunch of really good animated offshoots and doing like different like Batman shows, different little other things, but like actual properly produced animated movies.
Yeah.
And I now really like it that Marvel is taking that approach by doing these all like side shoots with Disney Plus and What If. It's like it's opening up the universe in a way that it's just kind of like, here's a, you know, we can do something that is just a 1.5 or 2 hour movie offshoot.
Right. However, DC's is none of it is consistently canonical.
It's not consistent, but
And
I like the
I feel like
fact-
that's kind of the issue. Like, okay, so
I just like the content. Essentially.
okay,
It's like,
right.
I like you're.
I
giving
like
me a
how
bunch
they
of stuff.
they pick and choose what they want. Like they're doing a new Batman movie. Okay, so this Batman, you know, if you had like, if you went to the, let's say you guys went to Great Adventure and you went to the build your own Batman bar. Okay, you know, you got your buffet ticket and you walk right up there. It's like, okay, I want my Batman to have dead parents, high tech gear, kung fu, except no girlfriend. You know what I mean? But then
to be an incel.
exactly, and then you make a movie out of that, and like it's good and it does really well, but you're not really sure if it's like in canon. You
Right.
know what I mean? Whereas Marvel is like, no, all these parallel universes, they're all in canon with each other. And I mean, like in 2015, there was some event in the comic books. God, I stopped reading like a long time, you know, because I
It's
just don't
too
have
much,
time. But
yeah.
I try to like keep up with like, I can't remember, but it was like the Ultimate Universe and like the 616 universe like crashed in on each other, and like the only survivors were like Reed Richards and like Wolverine and like, you know, all the money makers.
Right. Yeah.
And
It's like surprising that
yeah.
these guys live.
yeah. So like they are aware that these things exist, and now there's a new timeline and everything, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just I hope they don't start doing that stuff, but I like the idea now that it's like maybe we can get that movie of Captain America putting back the stones in World War II, or we get that movie where Captain America never was frozen.
Right,
you know
we
what I
get
mean?
cool
And
side
like,
content.
yeah,
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Where you have things like you have Batman, like the Killing Joke, or what is it? The Killing Joke. Like those.
have you seen The Killing Joke?
I haven't.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. But I'm
No.
saying you get content like that, where it's
Yeah.
like we can just start doing a bunch of these things, and it doesn't have to be, you know, The Dark Knight, and there's 3 movies, and it's a huge monumentous thing.
Yeah.
It's like you just get cool offshoot content to just, you know, satiate everybody in the meantime.
Right. So yeah, more specifically, Spider-Man trailer though looks good. Very excited. Kind of didn't expect so much Doctor Strange. I thought it would have been like a Thor Ragnarok Doctor Strange situation.
It looks like it's him and
It looks
Doctor
like the two
Strange.
of them are going to be together for
Being-
which I'm with, because it's not a likely pairing, you know? It's like before they announced it was Civil War, they said Iron Man was going to be in the third Captain America movie, and I was like, okay, cool. I that would be fun watching the two of them work out their differences on like a mission together or something.
Right.
And then we got something so much better. But and that's why I don't make these movies. But in this one, this was, I feel like it's a good pairing. Like the train sequence where you That has to be a reference to Spider-Man 2, right?
Yeah, I think absolutely.
Like, it
where
has to
where
be,
he's,
right?
Yeah, stopping it.
Yeah.
Also, during that part, he wasn't wearing his cape. Did you notice that?
Is that an Invincible? Or
No.
What do you call it?
What
Incredibles.
Oh.
No capes for the
No,
heroes.
I mean, I didn't notice, but I'm sure I'm sure the cape is off doing something else. Like,
Yeah.
the cape is sentient.
The cape. Doctor Strange's
It's on
cape is
vacation.
literally just Aladdin's rug.
Yes. That's what they did. They were
That's
like,
all they
how do we
did.
make Aladdin's rug
They were
Doctor
like, we own
Strange's
this
cape?
IP already.
What do they call it again? The cape?
Oh.
The cloak of...
Levitation.
The cloak of levitation. That's right. Okay. Cool.
Cloak of levitation.
It's a totem that shows him,
The
right?
COL.
the clo. That's what he's calling it.
The cloak of levitation.
It's kind of like Doctor Strange is replacing Iron Man as like
That's how it feels.
Oh, good,
as
because
Peter's mentor.
I love that so much about the new Spider-Man that they took everything that made Spider-Man special and were just like, let's give it all to Tony Stark.
Well, no, now they're just, filling the hole of Peter Parker never has a father figure because Uncle Ben died and then Tony Stark died and now, oh no, we're setting up Doctor Strange for dying.
Oh, shit, dude.
dude. Calling it now, 2025,
Well,
Doctor Strange
actually,
dies.
okay, so let's talk about the villains. So we confirmed we have
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock is coming. He's in the trailer, obviously. He looks way younger than he even did in the fucking original movie. John Watts says canonically that is the Doc Ock that died at the end of Spider-Man 2. Like, canonically, that is him, like, plucked right out of that universe and put into this one. So
It's not even a multiverse. Like,
no,
it's from
it's specifically.
How the fuck is he alive?
Well, that's the thing is that, like, one, like, I wonder how they're gonna do that, like how they're gonna change that. And two, isn't it redemption Doc Ock now? Wouldn't it be good Doc Ock? Because the whole end of that movie is him sacrifices himself.
He messed everything up.
Yeah, exactly. So, and listen, Marvel fucks their trailers up all the time. So that scene might not even be in the movie.
Helping them.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
also that too.
Could be a red
Like-
herring, because there's also a secret villain in there that people either think is the Lizard or Abomination from Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
which is coming up.
The Lizard would be cool.
Yeah, he's part of the Sinister Six. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing. Willem Dafoe. It's green. I'm so excited for
God,
him. He's in it. He's in
Yeah.
it. Jamie Foxx. I don't think they're doing Blue Electro. I think they're doing you saw the new Spider-Man, right? Homecoming?
Yeah.
Did you see the way that they did Shocker? Are you familiar with the character Shocker?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
No.
The way they did Shocker in Homecoming, right,
Mm-hmm.
is they gave him a jacket that looked like like the same fabric of his costume from back in the day.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, he looks like a pineapple. If you want to
He looks like
here, I'll
he
put
does look like a pineapple.
I'll put him up on the screen for you.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the comic versions have him literally in yellow and looks like he's in fishnets.
Look, I put in Shocker into Google, and
what
this
did you
is
think was gonna?
this is what I this is what I got.
That's what I think of.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, so like, see, kind of looks like a pineapple thing going on, So they gave him a jacket that looked like that, and then he had like one glove that did like the
punch.
Yeah,
thing,
the punch. Yeah. So I think that's what they're gonna do for for Electro, where it like have you guys played like no, neither of you guys have played the Spider-Man 2018 game,
Not
right?
the 2018.
Okay,
one, no.
hold on.
But hold on, I'm putting in one of the memes I saw.
It's
not the meme, but
So you see the way they did. Oh wait, this is Shocker. See, they did Shocker in the new.
yeah.
He looks sick, but like, see the way they did Electro in this one, where he just has the vest on,
And that's
like,
it.
but look at the
He looks like the
scarring.
Vulture.
Look at the scar. It's actually funny you say that because the two of them, you fight them at the same time in the same boss fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but see the scarring on his face? It's in the shape of the star that the mask had back in the day. So I think maybe that's the way they're gonna take Jamie Foxx, is they'll put that star on his face, like he got
do it that
electrocuted
way.
in the face. Who's the no Rhino? I don't.
No.
So so we know all these villains are coming. We don't know what capacity they're going to be used in. I think what's going to happen is that they're going to have a presence in the film, but I don't think they're going to be like
actually the main villain.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like the main source of the conflict.
I don't think it's going to be. I mean, they might do like some Venom and some Carnage-y like references. Just because of Carnage coming out.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I read this great theory the other day about
Chameleon would actually be super cool because like you could just concept his shit into multiversey things.
Yeah.
Because he's just everybody and can be everybody. That would be a cool kind of thing.
Yeah.
I sent you in Discord in topics.
All right.
If you want to pull it up on here. I saw a meme.
The Squirtle Squad?
Like they were like Doc Ock in the new movie. It looks like the Squirtle with round sunglasses.
Hold on.
You can pull it up. And I saw a couple memes that were like, hello, Peter, with that Squirtle and it's just like stupid ass face with the glasses looking there.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to download this?
I don't think you should. You can also just Google Squirtle glasses and find it.
Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Yeah.
It's like they were like, people put like, hello, Peter, right underneath
Hello, Peter.
text.
Oh, that's right. I did have some great memes that I wanted to bring in, but I'll put them in the Discord and we'll talk about them. But yeah, no. So there is a couple things that we should actually address. And so no Tobey Maguire, no Andrew Garfield. Listen, everybody at this point knows they're in the movie.
Yes.
Just shut the fuck up. Don't put them in any trailers. I don't want to see them at all before.
I want to see them in the movie.
I want to see them in the movie.
Right. I don't need to see some bullshit trailer where at the very end where they do with Doc Ock of where Tobey Maguire walks in and like points at the camera as a reference to the meme,
I don't.
You know they will do that.
Oh yeah, dude. They better fucking do
They
that.
have to do
They have to do the meme.
Three
So
Spider-Man
they are going to be
pointings.
in it, right?
Yeah. There's actually.
That's what I thought.
I actually
They got it.
have.
It's a multiverse.
Got it.
I actually have an image I wanted to. Okay, so they said Sony accidentally confirmed it. They didn't accidentally confirm shit. Okay. What ended up happening was here. Take a look.
Also, I don't understand like what.
So
Like, how is this a spoiler?
look at this right here. So this came off the set of the film.
Oh.
And that is, I don't know if this is like a good Photoshop. There's no confirmation, but the people who got this and put it on the internet are like had leaked other things before that ended up being true.
Mm-hmm.
That is, to me at least, that 100% looks like Andrew Garfield in his Spider-Man costume.
Spider-suit.
And you cannot tell me that is not Tobey Maguire in his Spider-Man costume as
Yeah.
well. So,
It sure as hell looks like him.
and there's no way Tobey Maguire got back in shape. He's definitely
it's the costume,
Yeah.
dude. Like
Andrew Garfield is literally
leave
always
Toby alone.
always in shape. He's 47.
he's an old man
okay.
now.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I grew up on the Spider-Man movies. As a matter of fact, the reason why I took an interest in acting was because of Tobey Maguire in these movies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a pat fact.
Yeah, it's a pat fact for you. But like, dude, I saw Great Gatsby, all right? I know what happened. Like, it just ain't the same.
It's not the same.
I think I sent you these the tweets too on
you may have.
I
yeah.
might have because, I got no job. So
It would be. I mean, they have to. Like, you cannot do, even if they're there for a quick minute.
yeah.
Like, I don't need a whole arc around them. I don't need them to come in and like, the third act of the movie, save everything, fix it, and there's a big 3-for-1.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't want any of
this
that.
is
Just give me-
100% is not getting fixed in one movie.
Oh no.
So that's actually a good place to move on. This will absolutely, because the last movie had a crazy cliffhanger, and not like one that I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? But it was
This is the
enough for me
third
to be
Spider-Man
like,
now, right?
yeah, it was enough for me to be like, oh, okay, that's all right. You got me. I got to see where this goes. Matt Murdock too is apparently in this movie. Daredevil.
Interesting. Yeah.
He's gonna be Peter's lawyer. They think we're stupid, but we saw him. But no.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think he knows he's
flat out
Spider-Man.
Forget about Daredevil. I mean, he has to know.
He
he's
has to
Spider-Man.
know.
He can just probably like, oh, his heartbeat's rating.
Yeah,
a different
yeah,
thing, and
exactly.
He's, I know you're Spider-Man from
Yeah.
some stupid bullshit.
Well, okay. So going forward, I think this movie's gonna end with a cliffhanger It's going to wrap up some plot details. I'm not 100% sure if we're going to see a big battle in this one, because I kind of feel like all of that is going to pick up in Doctor Strange and the Multiverses of Madness, because this comes out in December.
And that comes out
March
of next year, right?
Yeah, and there's no way they're wrapping up at least the Doctor Strange side of this story in one film.
What they'll probably end up doing.
Wanda and Loki are going to be in Multiverses of Madness too. So it's going to be one big epic.
I'm so looking forward to that movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to... Dude, Shang-Chi looks like it's going to be fucking awesome.
It looks like it's going to be like classic Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, kick-ass,
The Eternals
hand to hand,
looks great. Fucking Spider-Man looks amazing. And from what I hear about Multiverse of Madness, it's going to be insane.
What I think they'll probably end up doing is like at some point or like at the end or something, I'm sure Doctor Strange will like try to fix some shit and... You know, Peter Parker will get thrown back to normal.
Doctor Strange?
Well, so Doctor Strange will try to correct what he messed up in the trailer. Yeah. And then Peter Parker will go back to his normal world and deal with everything. And I think Doctor Strange will get like ripped out and like, whoa. And then like, boom, that'll start you as the Multiverse of Madness kind of.
So we've done 15 minutes on a 2.5-minute trailer. But
it's a cool.
Okay, it is.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man's cool.
And I love talking theories and everything. But there's one last thing I got to mention before we move on, because it is kind of important. Unfortunately, this movie is starting to show symptoms of the comic book run of Spider-Man called One More Day, in which his secret identity gets out.
Right.
And that becomes an issue. So he makes a deal with none other than Mephisto.
Mephisto confirmed.
To have his, but the deal
instead
is...
of Doctor Strange, it's Mephisto.
Is it?
Oh, maybe.
It might be Mephisto.
Because Mephisto.
I'm not a Mephisto. I'm not a fucking Mephisto stan. Okay, he was never gonna be in WandaVision. I said it the entire time.
I thought he might have been in Loki.
Nope, never. Not even then. However, this time, this actually looks like it.
We're gonna get burned again.
Yeah, we're gonna get burned again on this. Either way, the deal is that everyone loses your secret identity, but your marriage to Mary Jane is done, and she'll never remember you. She won't remember any of the times you shared. No, like, it's over. And so the whole thing is like one more day is like spending one more day
with Mary Jane.
I
mean,
think
in
sure.
like an infinite iteration,
or it's like the one more
comics.
day they remember her or whatever. Yeah. Either way,
Mary Jane always dies or some shit. Like,
well, he killed her with the spider semen the one time.
I was gonna bring
the
that up.
Radioactive spider semen.
Slowly over the course of their marriage, he
was just dropping clips in there and killing her.
Oh my god!
You can look it up. This is not Pat making something up. It is an actual storyline where Spider-Man has radioactive bodily fluids, and over time and overexposure, poor Mary Jane succumbs to them. Silence from Jess.
Worse than pregnancy. All
Is
right.
What if?
I don't know if it's worse.
So yeah,
Spider-Man got Mary Jane pregnant and she died. That's what happened.
I don't know.
Jess with the
All right, cool. So, Mephisto confirmed, and I don't need any more trailers for this. Moving on.
We're good.
So, I'm gonna change it up here for a second. I say we do Gamescom first, and then we review stuff. Okay, cool. So Gamescom was this weekend, right? It was like the 23rd to the 25th, I think.
It was, sometime around then.
Okay,
it was
cool.
this weekend.
So we got a list here from cnet.com. You can go look this up if you want. But basically, it's just like the coolest stuff that got announced. I don't really watch these things. I just kind of watch the postmortem, and then I can't be fucking glued to my screen all week.
Also, because most of these things are like, the dev is talking.
It's also these things aren't coming out when they say they're coming out.
A, they're not coming out when they say they're coming out. B, it's essentially like an Apple event where someone is up there and is trying to get everybody to like chant.
Developers.
Yeah,
Windows 95 launch.
Literally.
Yeah.
So we like to just look at the downloads from them and not waste our time watching.
All right, so let's start. So first on the list, there's a Saints Row reboot coming out, apparently February 22nd, 2022. I played the first Saints Row. It was a formative Xbox Live game. haven't touched a Saints Row after, besides for at Nick Timoneri's house one time.
Which one was the one where you could get the big dildo sword?
That was definitely after my time.
It was either 2 or 3, but that's the one I played.
Okay.
You had a big purple bat that was phallically shaped, and that was literally all I remember about Saints Row.
Right. Yeah, it's fine. They had this game mode called Protect the Pimp, where it was just VIP from Siege, except the 3 people had guns on your team, and 1 person had a pimp hat and a coat, and you had a big fucking ring, and you just pimp smacked people, and it was a 1-hit KO.
That's cool.
And then 4 people on your team, on the other team, tried to murder you.
Right.
And that was it. Protect the Pimp. It was good.
It's fun. It's just like a super. It's like we're gonna take everything that was with GTA and then make it absolutely wacky,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah, just go the other direction with it. So then Saifu.
I think actually on Saints Row 2, I think Epic Games is giving Saints Row 3 for free, as a part of their.
Should we pick that up?
Maybe.
Okay. It's free. And free is for me.
Double check me, but.
So
Which one is Get Out of Hell? Because that's the only one that I know.
That's 4.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I
was
played.
really
Saints
fun.
Rows?
Yeah, that's the one I
didn't
played
know
at Nick
that.
Timoneri's. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the cover of this one. I know.
Yes. That's the one where I was like, wow, they really fucking went for it, huh?
Is it super, super wild?
Oh, it's fucking
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, it's really,
I'm
really
looking
fun.
at things. This is
Okay.
very wild.
So, Saifu.
we just got an
is-
update on that.
Yeah. Just basically going to hit PS4 and PS5 next year, and you just age until you die.
Yeah,
Nothing new.
it's nothing new.
Yeah.
No updates.
Same with
I
Far
still,
Cry
I still,
6.
I still don't want to play it. Like, I don't think
I'll get it on discount. Yeah.
I won't pay for this game full price.
Yeah, I won't. It's like that one developer. What's his name? Actually, now that we're on the subject, god damn it, you gave me a soapbox, Bird.
I did.
What's that game? Days Gone. Anyone here play that? No, just me.
Just
thought
you.
so. Anyway, Days Gone. I think Days Gone is a great game. I think Days Gone, it has a rough opening 5 hours.
That's a long time to be rough for a game. Hey, yeah, I know you're 2 hours deep into this, but just slog through another.
I'll tell you what,
two to
that's
three.
really what it is, though. It really
Holy
has a
shit.
rough 5 to 6 hours. But let me tell you something. You get past those 5 to
That's
6
crazy.
hours, and it is a fucking great game. It has a good story, good characters.
5 to 6 hours of the campaign.
Just like the opening hours in general, like exploring all your like weapon. And like the other thing is that they don't hit you over the head with everything. They let it organically happen
Right.
through the story. It kind of hurts the gameplay because it's slower, but after that, it's a wild ride. But either way, my point is that I think one of the lead developers on that was like complaining about how it's not getting a sequel. And he was on Twitter and he was like, if you want a sequel to a game, buy it at full price when it comes out and support it. I was like, all right, that is the worst way you could have handled that. How about make your game more compelling in the marketing so more people buy it when it comes out, not beg people to buy your shit, all right?
Yeah, I mean, there's actually it's now you're giving me a soapbox.
Yeah.
It's actually a thing that just came out recently that it was a solo developer, an indie developer. I think it's Emika, EMIKA Games, decided to leave the game industry entirely because of Steam's refund policy.
Yeah.
Being essentially they were like, there's no way for me to make any fucking money when you're doing things like, it has an approximate completion time. That's the problem for these indie games. You
Right.
can beat the game in about an hour and a half,
Oh, and then you can return it.
which everybody just
Into-
does, and then they
Oh.
can return it, which I get, is kind of like
Right.
a little bit of a loophole in the Steam system and everything, but it's just like anything under 2 hours you can refund on Steam as long as it's not been like 2 weeks or whatever. So
Right.
but
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a symptom of
it's
Yeah.
like you get it,
you know what I'm saying.
but it's the whole thing where it's like there is a big, I'm not getting this, or I'm not paying for this, or I'm not doing this, or I'm waiting for that.
Right, yeah.
Which is kind of endemic.
Far Cry 6, October 7th, 2021. It's the release date. Ubisoft Toronto. Yeah.
Mhm.
We just got another trailer focusing on Giancarlo Esposito. Pretty
Castillo.
much. What?
Castillo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a new one.
That's all they're pushing
announced.
for it though.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be Far Cry, and and a lot of people. What I hope They keep the gameplay from 5 and they just fix the storytelling.
Well, that's what
all you gotta do.
the Far Cry the villain is like.
Yeah.
It's like Bond. It's like James Bond, where it's like whatever that villain is for this kind of
Sets
game
the
for
tone.
it is the total tone.
Yeah.
For it. So that's why they're pushing him.
Right.
So it'll be interesting.
Marvel's Midnight Suns. Have you guys seen this?
I have, and I was like, I think Pat's gonna like this.
So, it's a tactical role-playing game. So it's Contra, not Contra.
It's like Into the Breach.
XCOM.
Yeah.
It's XCOM for Marvel games. I'm cool with that. The gameplay reveal is September 1st.
Coming
So,
up. What, Wednesday?
Liz really liked Mario Rabbids. And I know a lot of people who like that game. Have you heard of that game? You have a Nintendo Switch, right?
I do. I haven't played that one though. I've heard it's fun though.
Liz really likes it.
Noted.
She enjoyed that very much. Sorry, it's no Ratchler, but
No,
Nothing
but
is ever. I feel like you have a beef with the Ratchler, Pat.
No.
Like,
No,
you bring
I
it
have
up.
an infatuation
He is purely
with
interested
the
in it.
Ratchler. Okay, I don't have a beef with it.
I don't know. I mean, it feels like you've been giving me shit ever since I brought it up.
We just want to hear more about it.
Yeah, it's true.
You could talk
True.
for 45 minutes about the Ratchler.
It's true.
You're like, please. That's the intro.
There's a side podcast that's just about the Ratchler.
Welcome to the
spin-off
Ratchler
podcast.
episode 1.
Right.
We should do
Ratcast.
We should do Ratcast. We should do I keep talking about how we should do like a Let's Play night or something.
I think that would
where
be
like
fun.
we
Yeah.
play all the because I can set up like an N64 in here or something, and we can like stream like
Yeah.
Mario Party or something, or we can shoot something and edit it. You know what I mean? We could
also do that remote too. if
That's
it's any
true as
easier.
well.
Yeah.
That's true as well. I keep saying we should do something like that. And like I think it would be fun if we all got in here and played, like actually sat down and did like a Ratchler section.
That would actually be really funny.
It's-
That would be
See?
so fun.
yeah.
I would love that.
If anyone has suggestions on games and shit, let us know.
No, don't. All right, I have enough games for us to play. I don't want to buy any fucking more.
Or for free games, let us know. We're not paying for the Ratchler.
Among Us, that would be fine.
Well,
we could all
it's
play
free
that right on our
anyway.
phone.
Exactly. Well, you can donate.
Donate to the Ratchler.
Donate
All right.
to the Ratchler. It's interesting though. Midnight Suns. Like I'm not really big into like those like turn-based strategy kind of combat like Square games, like that. Like, well, like I know you, but you know what I mean, where it's like these
That
are the
was
panels.
the funniest description of a video game you've ever said to me
Is
in
it
our
not inaccurate?
in our 10 years of friendship.
Is it not inaccurate?
Those Square games. I knew exactly what
It's just like the game on a chessboard, and then you can move here.
yeah,
do some
it's
like
a strategy
AoE.
game. Yeah.
I can't get into those. They frustrate
Have
the
you
hell
played
out of me.
Divinity Original Sin? Okay, I haven't either, but I heard like if you're not into like turn-based tactics games, play that one because it will make you.
Into the Breach is like the gold standard for it. It looks fun. It's just like those games seem very boring to me, and I don't think I would enjoy like
Play the South Park ones. The South Park ones are
that's
fucking
a bit different.
excellent.
So that I wouldn't consider that flat out. It's similar actually. But yeah, I mean the South Park the story with that would be good. So XCOM is cool because it's like in a 3D environment, like a real 3D environment.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to see like that kind of tactics focus with all these characters.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If there's anyone to get me to sit down and really play this, this is it.
Because all the characters have such
and
different
this is something
fight
you can play
styles.
with chat too. You know what I
Ooh.
mean? Like, okay, chat, what are we doing next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Vote.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we got an update for Halo Infinite. Apparently the campaign was not at
Standard or whatever.
Whatever. Dude, it's just like okay.
There's a lot of calls
So-
online for them to delay this.
Okay. So, actually let's talk about Halo Infinite in general since it did come up. Look, just delay it. Delay it because like we have Game Pass, so it's not going to cost us anything to play Halo Infinite.
No.
But I am still a believer in that if you're putting out $60 for a video game, you need to get a full game on day one release.
Absolutely.
There is no compromise there. There's no like, oh, the developers worked hard. Look, they can, but like, I don't want to give you $60 or $70 now in some cases for a game that is not good or doesn't even at the very least run.
I think it's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, the other thing is that like, you know, you got to remember too is that like this is not a fringed thing. Like this is a lot of time. I've spent too much time on Twitter and I see people saying like a lot of stuff that is just like that's a pretty radical take. And really the reasonable take is like if I spend $60 on your game, I want a full game. I don't think that's unreasonable. No, I don't think that's like, an unreasonable thing to say.
I think that's like you have a very consumeristic point of view for that, and I'm not.
Yeah, it's like also we pay our own bills, right? You know, like
that's what I'm saying. I think that's completely valid. My perspective of it is I would be pissed as hell if I was a developer and I worked for a developer.
Right.
We put out this game that I've spent 3,000 hours making in my thing, and then people are like, this game fucking sucks, it's buggy, it's horrible, it's this, because it all got rushed to get put out before it was finalized.
I think there's that angle, but it's also like lack of content. So they said
both of them.
Halo Infinite is coming on day one. There will be multiplayer and there will be solo campaign, but you can't do a co-op campaign like online. There will be no Forge mode, and those things will come in updates. And the Forge mode I get because it's kind of a big deal,
right?
But the campaign online, that's a staple of Halo.
That is just how you play Halo.
That's how you play Halo. Yeah. I had no interest in playing that campaign solo. I wanted to play it with my friends and then talk about it on my podcast. It's, but unfortunately that's not going to happen now. And I'm not saying that's the reason. It's just my belief is that if I'm giving $60 for a video game, I should be getting a full video game. And I know some people will argue that what's the matter, multiplayer is not enough, single player. That's fine. Like we can have a difference of opinions on this, but I think baseline in any situation, the amount of $60 for any product should not be a piece of shit when it comes out.
I just think you gotta take a look. Be like, what are the staples of this game that need to be released? I'm going to do those. And then if you want to do updates and shit down the line and release content, which they've been doing that way for years with DLCs, you can do that, which is totally cool. It's totally fine.
I'd rather have what I'd rather have is like the Battlefield 1, whereas it was a complete experience when it came out. And then they put a whole nother game and a half's worth of content out.
That's what I'm
over
saying.
The year.
That's totally fine. And if you think you can only reach 75% of your, what you could consider a complete game, at least make that 75% include the co-op campaign. That's a huge staple.
You got to remember though, these companies are trying to make money, and they're trying to get something out the door that looks good and it's not going to get shit on. And it's gonna make money.
It's gonna make money regardless. I mean, you can't not release the Halo game.
The other thing is that there's no progression without the battle pass.
Right.
So it's like you can't unlock shit without the battle pass. I mean, listen, they already said the battle passes are infinite. Like they never expire. So even if you don't play the whole season,
you're fine.
You're fine. You're still gonna be able to, because now that means when the second season comes out and you get that battle pass, now you got two running at the same time. You'll unlock more shit. So
it took me forever to actually understand what the hell a battle pass was.
Yeah, and it's like they took out the match based EXP and shit like that.
Right.
So there's a lot of people upset over that, and and when it comes to that, I think it's all preference and stuff, but I don't think that you should be inherently shitting on someone else's valid opinion of a game that they see coming out. You know what I mean?
I think that's totally fine.
But anyway, moving on. Dying Light 2. I fucking can't wait for Dying Light 2. Nobody here has played Dying Light 1, right?
I've not played Dying Light 1.
You should get on that shit.
I want to play Dying Light 2.
It's awesome.
I want to play the second one based on
Play the first one.
Gorgeous.
It's $6.
That's
for the first one. It came out in 2013.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah. So
still paid $10 for Left 4 Dead 2.
Dude, but that game's worth it though. For $10, I would say. That game's fucking worth it. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. We haven't talked about this. Do you have what's your gaming setup?
I
don't mean to brag, but
no, I complete opposite.
A 3090.
Oh my God.
A Threadripper.
I have a Switch, and then I have Steam on my laptop, which is a Mac, which is not. It's pretty old at this point. I'm looking to upgrade, get the old PC desktop.
Oh, you're going for a
you're going for a custom build?
I don't know.
Let me help you. Let me help you with that.
I dead ass if you're going for like I would get a pre-build at this point because you will get a better
Well,
graphics. You will get a better graphics card.
You will. Okay, yeah. What I experienced was an anomaly, but I will say this: if you can, what's your budget? If you don't mind saying.
Tell me right now how much you're trying to spend.
I really don't. I haven't thought about it.
Okay.
that much.
You can get a really solid piece of hardware that'll last easily like 5 to 8 years on the current market. Probably like $1,200.
I was literally gonna say if you have about
12 to 1,500.
Yeah.
That is probably the sweet spot. And then anything else after that is just like preferences. Is like, did you want the curved monitor or did you want, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But like Nick just got that. Nick just set up his PC and he got the 2 monitors and like that same ARM.
Danny just set up his 2 monitors.
Danny
too.
just set up his 2 monitors in his PC.
I've got my 2 monitors.
And then everybody gets a Logitech. Yeah. That's good shit.
Golden.
That's a golden. Yeah.
I'm very behind.
That's plenty.
That's why
fine.
my streams suck.
Nah, it sounds like you're up. Sounds
you
like
go.
we'll be sending you some stuff. So anyway, Dying Light 2.
Zombies. Is there what's the story of Dying Light?
I'm a parkour guy, and I'm trapped in this city, and I have to parkour
just
around
the very classic
and kill
like,
zombies. Yeah, you know, the very traditional parkour guy in a parkour city.
the very classic I'm in a city and there are zombies and I need to leave.
Yeah. You know, it's been a while, so I can't really remember the campaign, but it's a fun game.
Yeah.
Play it.
I'll check it out.
Horizon Forbidden West, another game delayed to 2022.
That's fine.
Once
fine. Delay the game.
Fine, delay
please.
it. Please.
Like we can play Horizon Zero Dawn on
I don't
want to
play a piece of shit. We didn't really see Horizon Forbidden West at Gamescom, but we did get a release date, February 18th, 2022.
It's gonna get pushed again, which is fine.
I don't think so.
You think it's gonna come out in
I
Feb?
think this is the last one, yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of because they already announced that it was coming out this year, and then they were like, hey, maybe we're not sure about that, and we won't put out a date until we're absolutely sure. To be fair, The Last of Us got delayed 3 times. So,
Right.
just saying.
I really need to play Horizon Zero Dawn. Like
Play it on PC.
that's what I'm saying. Now it's on PC.
Well, okay, so
I know you
how
weren't a huge fan of it.
I gotta retry it on PC, I think.
I'm waiting
And
for it's in my wish list when it goes on
I just
sale.
can't aim. Dude, it's only like $20 on G2A.
Really? Oh, I literally I do this all the time.
I know you do.
The amount of times also that I've bought an indie game on Steam because it's like, hey, this game is available now and it's on Xbox Game Pass has maybe been like 4 or 5 times.
If it's
by now.
on sale or it's reasonably priced, I'll gladly buy it through Steam. But as far as I know, according to G2A is giving a cut of their sales to developers.
That's
so
great. Okay.
If that's what they're doing, like, cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's all I care about.
I'm not coming from it from, although like, yes, I do clearly support the developers. I don't know how much Steam pays developers, etc. I'm not doing this because I'm like,
Who cares?
Steam gives them the best cut. I'm doing this because my dumbass flat out forgets you can buy
Yeah.
secondhand keys for games.
Yeah, no. I really want to get into that business in the future, is
That'd be
selling
cool.
games, at least digital ones. Forza Horizon 5.
Just another
release
game
date
to show
November
you how
9th.
good the engine can
Yeah,
run graphics.
pretty much. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's
I'm
Revenge.
so excited
I know
for this.
you are. I
Dude,
know.
all of the old like arcade TMNT games, like
The Simpsons.
the Simpsons ones, all of those, I just have like such vivid memories growing up, like playing those and then playing them on. I had a bunch for like the NES.
Yeah, actually, it's funny we're talking about this. So you guys have been to obviously like arcades before, right? But I mean, like not like the arcade at the movie theater. I
No,
mean,
like an arcade,
like a fucking you walk. It's
Yeah.
like whoa, like you know. So we went to Atlanta Showboat. Showboat has an arcade in the bottom of it now. It's not
Oh,
a casino
cool.
anymore. So I went there and I spent $100 on 2 cards, like because you know how all the things are like
yeah, like David.
and you
Buster
guys know
swipes.
me. Me and Liz are like, we're playing every motherfucker in here. So I walk in there, I swipe $100, and it gives us points per card. And it said 650 points. I was like, all right, so I checked the card, and that's just on mine. She also has 650 points.
How much is like one game?
the most expensive games were like 30 points. When I tell you
Nice.
that
Like the Time Crisis
Yeah,
games were like 30. Yeah.
they didn't have any Time Crisis games.
That's a
But
staple of
I
an
know,
arcade.
but they did have the old school Jurassic Park, shoot
Yeah.
outside the screen
Yep.
one. They had the new Jurassic Park. But ultimately, as we're playing all these games, like these are all the same. Like I'm shooting at a screen, and that's it.
Dude, House of the Dead.
They did
like,
have
all
a new House
those.
of the Dead, and it's funny because they got to a point where they can put so many zombies on screen, but also like you can see the frame rate clearly dipping from 60 to 30 when there's too many. I was like, oh, I know what this is now. Like my brain can see this.
It's also probably like a
Which
real
made me
shit
think,
monitor.
like,
in
what
there.
happened to light gun games? Ooh, new editorial right there. I just
There you go.
What happened to light gun games?
The Wii came out. Like
The Wii came out and ruined it for everyone. They're like never again.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it's good though. It's either way. We played this game called Fireteam Raven, Halo Fireteam Raven, and so it's two like 75-inch TVs next to each other, right? And there's 4 seats, and they're both tilted like this. So
This is a Halo game.
yes, so there's each person, like 2 people looking a certain direction at the screen, and everybody has guns, and you play across the 2
this is
screens.
cool.
Yeah. And there was like, there's wind blowing at you and crazy sound effect. That was fucking fun. But here's the sad part, and that's why I wanted to bring this up. So later on in the night, when I was like looking for more machines to play because I had so many points, I still had like 200 something left.
Right.
I go to the side of the arcade, it's not really lit up, and I look, and like I just see all the old machines. Like I see The Simpsons, I see the old like Area 51. I
It's like
see
the X-Men game.
Yes, I
Yep.
see them all, and they're all turned off, and I was like, these are
single tear rolled down my cheek.
I was like, these are relics of my childhood,
Dude,
and they're
that's-
just fucking hanging out here.
That's why like one of my favorite things to do is like go to a barcade, because like they just refurbished all those games, put them out, and then it's like as an adult now I can get plastered
Dude.
and I can get real mad at Marge Simpson swinging a vacuum and not blowing up a clown.
When we went to Barcade in Jersey City, the first and only time I've ever been there was we went on Christmas Eve's Eve. That night it's like
You have nothing to do.
and everybody got off from work that day,
Yeah.
or like the next day. So it was like me, Dan, Joe, and Eric. We went up to Barcade, and everybody has like their first real jobs out of college and everything. So everybody's like, I'm buying the drinks, I'm this. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna go get the coins. And I didn't realize how cheap everything was in Barcade, so I put a $20 bill in the fucking coin machine, and it
like
just
80
starts.
quarters.
Yeah, and Danny watches the $20 go, and he goes, "That's quite a lot of money." 80 coins comes out, and to the point where I had pockets full of quarters in my jacket, and I sound like some homeless guy just
Ching,
jingling through the bar. I beat that whole Star Wars game,
Yeah,
that one.
uh-huh.
That was there too. That was turned off, and I beat and we beat the whole Simpsons game too that night.
I love it.
Just based on me being like, here, take it. And I enjoy it's kind of fucked up. What I enjoy doing at arcades is at the end of the night, I like to have excess. So I'm bored playing. So I just give it to some kid, and then
Yeah.
I watch their face light up. Dude, I got this dad out of a jam. All right. He was like clearly like about to go
Spent all his
buy.
money on Christmas presents.
He was clearly about to go buy, like had to go buy a new card and everything. And I saw him at the machine, and I walked up right. I was, I had a couple drinks at this point.
I was feeling myself.
So I wasn't like hammered, but I was definitely, I didn't say hello. I was just walked up and I just stuck my cards in his face, and I was like, this one has 200 and this one has 120. He goes, he just takes him. He goes, you sure? I go, yeah, take him. Enjoy. I go, I can't be in here anymore. We just left.
I gotta get out of
I
here.
gotta get the fuck out of here. I can't be here anymore. So, yeah. But yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, but that's my point, is that like this my overall point is that part, these games are going away. So I'm glad that they're at least keeping the spirit alive.
We should play this one on a game night.
I absolutely, put it on the list.
Like any like 4-player
Listen.
couch co-op games.
You guys
Side-scrolling.
know me. Castle Crashers would be amazing.
I've never played Castle Crashers.
What? Have
Yeah.
you played Castle Crashers?
I might have back in the day.
It was the fucking best. The shitting deer is the best part of that whole game. Do you know about that? You all have to get on these horses.
Oh, this is the Newgrounds dudes.
You all have to get on these horses
Yeah.
and like, you know, run away from this thing that's like eating the building. And some lucky player gets to get on a deer that he doesn't run, but the only reason he can move forward is because he's being jet propelled forward by a bunch of shit just flying out of his ass.
Yeah, makes total sense. I would
It's the best.
I would play this game
It's the best.
absolutely. It's on Switch, right?
Is it? Oh my god, if it is, that would be amazing.
I mean, there's this post, right? I don't know if this is like a positive, you know, an optimistic thing or whatever.
I don't know. Hopefully.
Jess can double check. We can double check. But yeah, it literally looks like the alien hominid
yeah,
dude.
listen, you know me. Okay, alien hominid. Wow, throwing it back.
Throwback, right?
You know me, dude. Put it on a list.
Put
And
it
then
in the
you
game
say-
night file.
Yeah, exactly.
It is on Switch.
Yeah, remastered at 60 FPS.
Yo, let's go. I think it's on Game Pass too.
Maybe. You can check it
It
out.
was originally on Xbox Arcade. Either way, though, yeah. Shredder's Revenge. Mike, talk about Shredder's Revenge, and then we'll wrap this up with a little bit of Elden Ring news.
You can play as April in this one, which I think is super cool. So you can play any of the four turtles.
Was literally anyone asking for that?
Yes, inclusion is important, Pat.
Okay, that's not where I was going. I'm just saying in this particular case, like when I think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't think of April O'Neil.
Yeah, I know. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's just adding another element of it that makes it, you know, different. Also because like I never wanted to play as Donatello. Like, don't give me a stick and hit people. It's like I can have nunchucks, I can have little swords, I can have big sword, or I can have a stick.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell do you think I'm leaving on the corner until I'm not until I've lost all my lives?
Yeah, especially him. He's such a nerd, Donatello.
Fucking bitch.
Fucking bitch. He's a bitch too, yeah.
You're gonna get sidelined for April O'Neil.
I'd much rather play Michelangelo.
Oh, I would always
The
play
sigh.
Leonardo just because
Yeah.
I'm the main character. So
Who was I when we I think I was Michelangelo. You remember when
yeah, I remember when
Yeah.
y'all did that.
you know about this, Jess? You ever see those
What?
pictures?
No.
We were in we were it's like Halloween senior
Just looking
year.
at Psychonauts.
Halloween senior year. We had a show in Udell.
Udell, I think he went
Udell?
down to.
In some like frat house basement, and there was like 200 people that showed up at this show that we were playing, and we went as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Except for 2 years in a row, we thought it was so funny if we bought little kid costumes and just ripped through them. So
It was actually pretty fun.
after a while, it kind of looked like I was wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vest with
Yeah.
like a shitty mask and like the cufflinks and like
hulked out
the
of it,
stuff over
like-
the boots. You know, like I had like turtle boot covers and like you
Right.
could still see my jeans. The Captain America. Then we did the Avengers the first year too. But no,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like I said that. I think I was Michelangelo, but even then, that's the most I've ever been involved with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, other than like watching the Saturday morning cartoon.
Nope, give me this. It's pixel art.
I
It's
will play
high
this,
quality
though.
pixel art.
It's pixel art made in 2020.
Yes, like please, that's just right into my veins.
All right,
And then probably the most lauded one, Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Yes. So,
Second of most.
so we got a bunch of new information on here. According, Elden Ring sounds more ambitious with every new drop of content. Moving further into an open world experience, it brings the familiar soul-style combat and challenge to a grander scale, and stands as one of our most anticipated games of 2022. That is from CNET.
I do like CNET's little comment here. Like, we're still waiting on gameplay aside from these two little paltry trailers that we.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all are pissed off, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like,
a little salty about that, huh?
I know.
I mean, listen, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's gonna be cool. It feels.
I hope the multiplayer is up to standard.
I think it's gonna be. I think
Yeah.
at this point it's inexcusable if you can't, and like it is a huge selling point to,
In these
like,
games specifically.
especially like things that have gotten like super popular, like Valheim and those kind of games where like the multiplayer is the element of it.
Wouldn't you like if they rebooted Dark Souls and they did all three of them again? Would that excite you?
That make me happy. I still gotta finish.
You got to finish Dark Souls Remastered, right?
Yeah, I gotta finish that, and I played a
I have
couple
that
hours
too.
of Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3 is so good.
It's good. It's
Best
hard.
one.
It's
Best
hard.
one. Yeah, yeah, but don't worry.
I know.
You just make sure you have that internet connection.
I know. I'm far into Dark Souls 1. Like I'm decently far into that game.
Okay.
I just gotta finish.
I gotta restart because I did a knight build or a warrior. I did something and I don't like my build, so I gotta restart.
And then last but not
least for me,
November
Call
5th,
of Duty
baby.
Vanguard, November 5th. It was just a new trailer, right? Yeah,
Yep.
a CG trailer. They saw like some gameplay from the horrifying Battle of Stalingrad, which is cool that they're bringing back the Battle of Stalingrad.
I was gonna say the amount of times we played this in the Call of Duty game.
Yeah,
though.
how many times am I gonna play the Battle of Stalingrad?
Throw a couple potato
Keep
mashers,
doing it.
like
Yeah, keep doing it. All right. So yeah, Gamescom. I'm looking forward to Elden Ring. I'm looking forward to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm very much looking forward to Call of Duty Vanguard.
What if I got like really into racing and car games?
God.
I mean,
I don't
okay.
understand why those still exist and why people still play them.
They're okay. So I think if you have it's like the flying.
It's
games.
like the flight simulators.
Okay, my uncle went and bought like an actual. He got a VR headset and a yoke and like a throttle and pedals and everything. So I played his flight simulator and it was incredible. I think if you have all the right tools, like the pedals and the seat and the shift and the I think if you have all of those,
Yeah.
like, I think it's an incredible experience, especially when you have a rig that makes it look really nice and it runs really great and all that. I think that's cool. But I think like if you don't have any of those and you're like just playing this game on like a controller and like you're like, yo, you want to see my cars that I got? This one's DLC from like Fast and the Furious. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
I'm just like, what are you doing? That's not what these are for.
No, you just have to spend another $500.
Yeah.
to get your setup done.
Yeah, yeah, and I get it. Everyone's not gonna love what I said, but you know what? I don't care. I
You
don't
come
give
at
a
me,
shit.
I'm here.
Okay,
You know where to find.
you made a fight. You know those games are. This moving your joystick is not the same as this. All right, so fuck you. All right, everyone knows that. That's like, I made that comparison about my girlfriend's dad. Like he could just do all those things that he does in Atlantic City right at home.
Oh, right.
And-
Playing all like the virtual poker.
Yeah, and
everything.
my one friend just goes, well, I mean, it's the same. Like, you go to the movies to watch movies. You could just do that at home. I was like, okay, but the difference is I don't drive 2 hours. And I can't watch the same things in the theater at home. He goes, yeah, but like, look at HBO Max. Like, I go,
Pat,
all right,
you get-
okay, the outlier here.
You get
like,
to go out. You get to leave the wife back there. You get
Yeah.
to get your drink on. You get to get your smoke on.
I mean, okay, yeah, I guess there's all those things
it's
too.
the ambiance. But no, I'm with you. It's
I'm in a casino. Everybody
time
here
does not
knows
exist
me.
here.
Yeah, it's true. Dude, that is a trip about casinos. Is that the no windows shit?
Yeah. No windows,
Yeah.
no clocks, no ever. Hey, we're serving dinner. Hey, we're serving breakfast. Like
The food just comes.
food just comes and it's just a generic
Nonstop.
all 24-hour meal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to look over and be like, why is that dude eating
It's
ribs when
really
I'm
just
eating,
a
like,
protein bar. It's just
it's the futuristic. It's like we brought your pills.
this has 2,500 calories in it. Do you want this or
it's
not?
an MRE.
It's gonna taste. You're gonna eat this, and in the morning, it's gonna taste like bananas. In the afternoon, it's gonna taste like whatever you're feeling, and then
We
at
inject
night,
it with this flavor.
like just make sure you take like whatever flavor you took.
Glass of water,
Fatty.
and steak salad.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't eaten in weeks. All right. Speaking of not eating in weeks, all right. So what do you guys want to do first? Do we want to do What If, episode 3, or do we want to do Candyman real quick?
Y'all can chat about Candyman if you want to
Okay.
do that.
We want to start off
Okay.
with
I'll
Candyman.
backseat this here.
All right, cool. Non-spoilers because I think it's important that people watch this movie.
It is a culturally important
Okay.
Yeah, non-spoilers. So, I'll just start.
Give me an overview of
Okay.
like
I'll give you
what
the
is
plot.
Candyman.
I'll okay, so original Candyman movie came out in 1992, and it's about this woman who goes and tries to like write a thesis about urban legends, and specifically urban legends tied to gentrified areas or more or less low-income areas, areas that will be gentrified. pretty
Right.
much.
Okay.
And what comes with that, and she ends up stumbling on this vengeful spirit who he was killed by white supremacists, had honey poured all over him, like cut off his hand, and they put a hook there, and they poured bees all over him. Now you've actually
So The
seen the
Wicker Man.
original one, right?
Yes.
I've never seen the original, but I was
It was in the
ex-
early 90s, you said?
yeah, and like I was saying before, like my sister really got me into horror movies, and I myself am a big fan of the genre now, and I've just watched enough horror content to have Candyman come my way enough times. You know what I mean?
It's pushed. It's very heavily marketed right now.
Yeah. Well, that's because I don't think they marketed it the right way, though, because I think a lot of people think this is a remake, and it is absolutely not a remake. It is a direct sequel to the first film. It ignores the events of the second two movies altogether, and just direct.
Does it?
Yes, I do not think they referenced one thing.
Well, she's seen them.
Well, I never saw. I only saw the first one. I didn't see the other two, but this isn't a spoiler. But when they were talking about how she like went to the whole thing with the fire, I don't remember seeing that in the first one. So I don't know if that happened in like.
That's in the first one though. I went back and I watched some scenes. Like I said, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I saw that shit. Well, it's like I said, it's told in a different. The whole point of the movie is to tell it in a different context.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where. Okay, so the team behind this Candyman is Jordan Peele and Nia DaCosta.
Right.
Nia DaCosta is directing the Marvels. This film also stars what's her name?
Oh, from WandaVision.
From WandaVision.
Tiana Paris.
Tiana Paris. That's what it is.
Really?
Yeah. I can't say the lead actor's name. It fucks me up, and I feel like an asshole. It's something the second.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
Yeah, Abdul-Mateen the second. He is fucking awesome in this as well. So, like I said, not really, not a remake at all. It's a direct follow-up, and this version of Candyman is told from the perspective of, there's this. It's told from the perspective of, black filmmakers.
Right.
And they make it something incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, not to be like over dramatic or anything, but it was actually a moment. There was a moment in the movie where I was like, am I a racist? Like yeah.
But it's getting the viewer to like really, really like take a critical look both at their like themselves, their own views,
their environments they live in,
how it impacts these type of areas and these kind of things.
And
interesting. Well, I mean, it's Jordan Peele, so he's going to.
But she directed.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. So she's kind of incredible too.
That's fantastic.
Because there's some sequences in this film that, although I think overall the horror was kind of lacking, there are some sequences that I was like, I would like to see this on a bigger screen. Like, not to go in spoilers, but with the critic, Jess.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking cool. The actual exhibit kill themselves, the exhibit kill was cool. That one's in the trailer, so. But
exhibits in this?
Yeah. There's also a really fucking awesome sequence, which is a dig at shitty white girls, and it was so fucking funny. You know what I'm talking about? When Tiana Paris is like, "Who would even do that?" and it cuts to the white chicks in the bathroom, and they say, "Oh, that's so great," and they say his name, and then he,
Oh, it's like a Bloody Mary kind of thing.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like, no spoilers, but there's one scene where like the door is locked, like they can't get out. And there's like, they never show you the violence right on. They show you the aftermath and the blood though. And this girl's like, "Oh, hold on, I forgot my vape." And she like runs around the corner to like pick up, and like you just hear her just get like words. Crunched. Like, and like you hear like a whole bunch of twisting of like, and you see her, they look under the fucking like, and you see her feet like dangling, and then the vape just falls, and then it's like a waterfall of blood after that. Like, no joke, like they took a bucket of blood and just poured it out. Yeah, and it's like, this is one of those, the whole thing about Candyman is you can only see him in reflections. You can't see him in front of you.
Oh, okay.
So there's one part where somebody drops a makeup mirror and like the camera pans over that while the shit, and it's just like you see him
destroying
fucking these girls up. Like all like he like fucking slices one and she's like grabbing her throat and like putting her hand on the wall, and then like he goes after another one and like sticks the hook like through the back of her leg and like drags her and like he's just floating the entire time murdering. they're awesome sequences.
Yeah.
They are exhilarating. I was like, holy shit, this is how you fucking, and like, it's not like this tension, slow burn. Like, there's no jump scares.
No.
It's all just like, you know what's going to happen.
It feels like, it feels like it's old school, like Halloween kind of like.
Right. And once again, not to get into spoilers, but I do love the way they expanded the lore in this. How, once again, I'm not going to say anything that's going to give it away, but like I said, I just love the way that they made it instead of a one person thing. It's a generational thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that ending is absolutely brilliant. The ending of the movie and the very last line, like I said, not to get into spoilers, but you know the last line, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You say I'm the Candyman.
I'm the Candyman, Pat. What?
It was me the whole time.
It was me the whole time. It was me. The very last line of the movie, which I will not spoil here. Someone I read on some message board or whatever that I like to read on Reddit. I forget what it was. Maybe it was r/horror. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Somebody put that now that the way Candyman works in this universe, that they are definitely going to do more because this was a smash hit. This made like $30 million over the weekend.
Wow.
And
Okay.
it was only made for like $20 million.
I was gonna say like horror movies don't cost a lot of money to make. Like sometimes.
Yeah, some of them do.
Yeah.
But either way, someone recontextualized the ending for me and based upon like the things in the story that were happening, and I was like, that's incredible. I was like, I need to see where this goes. Also, the entire movie, I thought that was the original Candyman actor, and then when they showed, Tony Todd originally at some point, I will not reveal, I was like, oh, I'm a moron. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, that's like sometimes Candyman, like the concept, it was confusing to me for a while because I've seen a lot of horror movies and I usually can figure out like where they're going with it and like what kind of trope it is and like the entity or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, is this supposed to be a real person, a ghost, or like a paranormal thing? But it's kind of all three in a way. And like I couldn't wrap my head around that for the longest time. Yeah. So I was like, is this guy real or not? And then it kind of like hit me like that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to
Urban
keep
legendy.
going.
Yeah.
Like generational. I'm like, oh my God.
It's supposed to be an urban
like
legend.
social injustice. What?
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And the cool part is that Liz's mom is from like 40 minutes outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
So when she was like, she didn't see the movie, but she was reading about it. And she was like, oh, Cabrini Green. Like, I remember when those towers like were there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. She goes, and, I remember the riots around those areas. And that's really what a lot of this is based off of is, generational racist trauma.
Right.
That's what it is. And I love the way that they were able, like, and don't get me wrong, that was present in the first film, but Clive Barker didn't really, it's one of those testaments where
different. It's not the
ultimately
same.
we're not going to have that perspective, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like this new one kind of helped me to understand like,
Yeah,
the
it
concept
put it
more
in a new
because
concept.
it was from like the perspective of a black person.
Exactly. And like that is what's important
Right.
because they recontextualize the events of the first movie and now it just works so much better. It's like, okay, so like for me, like knowing what the events of the first film were, it's like, yeah, this was obviously a white supremacist like killing that took place. Like, and me just being like, at the time, like when I originally heard about this, the way I processed that would be like, oh, okay, that happened in America. That shit was fucked up, but whatever. But now that I see it through these eyes, it's like this is still happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just happens under a different, banner,
Guise,
so to speak.
Right.
And that's what this movie points out, and it's just brilliantly done, and
That's
it's
awesome.
excellent. And it was actually so, like I said, not to get too dramatic, but I text my buddy Dylan, who is a black male, and I said, "Hey, are you going to see Candyman?" He goes, "I think I might not." I was like, "Hey, I think it's important that you watch this." I was like, because like I remember some of the things he was sharing during, you know, the
BLM movement.
Yeah, last summer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think this has a lot to say, and it's not going to get the audience to say that it wants to, because it's a great horror. Even though I wasn't scared any way you cut it, it's a great horror film.
But it's also
effective, and it tells a good story, and it has good characters, and you're invested, and I love all of that. And it tells it from a very unique perspective. It's able to recontextualize a movie that came out 30 years ago and elevate that film,
but it's
while
doing the
also
same,
staying true to the source material.
right, and it's
you know?
doing the same thing that like Jordan Peele did with Get Out, where it's like
Right.
it's taking a racial stance on things.
Yes,
in the form
it's doing
of a horror
it's
movie.
making a very clear statement. So, and I just think that, like, you know, if there was a movie that was PG-13, you know, you wouldn't get the same reality, but you get a
No.
bigger audience. And I kind of feel like that maybe it's important that, you know, people pay attention to this one, because it's a rare horror film that also has something to say, you know.
Also,
And I like the way that the direction they took it, and I think the execution was incredible. And now I really can't wait to see the Marvels with Nia DaCosta directing, and whatever the fuck Jordan Peele. Nope, I think is his next one. I'm
you're bought in.
I'm lubed up for that. Let's go.
God.
What about you? Final thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's kind of like, it's, when you think about it, it's sad that like we have to put it so blatantly, like let's make it scary now so that people will understand like how bad of an issue this is.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't get it before, just watch this.
Like,
this
what
is
a
basically what
wild-
it is,
yeah.
but like a little more, you know, dramatic and whatever.
Like,
but,
what a wild
yeah.
context to put it in.
Right.
Right,
And,
you're like,
and
I
it made me
have
feel
to
like
vilify
so
this
stupid.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
so
I'm
you can
oh my
understand it that it's
God,
intangible.
I felt like such a stupid white person. Like, why didn't I understand?
The parts that they were having about gentrification,
Oh yeah.
where it was like, and it was cool because it wasn't like some bullshit where they were like, you know, like white people are the problem with gentrification. It's like, no,
Rich people are the problem with gentrification.
There's that, but it's also systemic issue.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because there was a couple times where, I think, Tiana, Paris's character, she brought up some things about gentrification, and like the white boyfriend of her brother was just like, oh, you mean like this place? Like, to imply like you're fucking benefiting, like you're here too, like you
Right,
live
yeah.
here as well.
Right.
So like, don't fucking say that you're innocent in all this, which is nice because that means it's making a statement, but it's not taking a stance. It's not like you're the problem. You know what I mean? It's not putting the blame on one. It's saying it's a systemic problem and that no one group is to blame for this.
It's also approaching it very realistically.
yes,
Because it is
a
not
reasonable take.
well, as in like when you do certain things and you take certain stances and looks at them, if you go in one direction too far, then it's just gonna kind of sound like, you know, you're just pressing an agenda. Whether it's true or not true, it's just like these are the ways to do it. When you show the reality and you show a bunch of the contextualizations with it,
Yeah.
it makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. I think that's as far as 3 white people can go in this. But yeah, Candyman. Good. Watch that shit.
Nia DaCosta did become the first black female director to debut a movie at a #1 weekend spot in a domestic box office.
Okay. All right.
Yay.
Put it up on the board.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So let's wrap this shit up. What if episode 3, everyone? Yay. So I just have written here, I liked 3 the most.
It was the best.
Definitely
so
the
far.
best one so far. I feel like they took the most liberties with this one. And you guys just want to do spoilers? I feel like
Yeah, they're
everyone's wa-
30-minute
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah,
so the
we're just gonna
whole-
do spoilers.
the whole
Okay, I
point
was
of
really
episode-
upset when I didn't figure it out until they got, like, as soon as the graveyard happened, like, not even to the headstone, when the graveyard happened, I was like, oh, I know who it is. And Liz
Oh,
was
I
like,
didn't even
who?
like, yeah.
I was like, there's nobody who goes, it's gotta be Ant-Man. Nobody goes invisible on the Avengers. That's like the one power guy they don't have.
That's what I was confused about. I was like, who is she fighting? And I didn't know if they were just doing like it's dark in the room, so they were making the kind of person kind of invisibly. But
no, it occurred to me afterwards.
I figured it out like pretty
Oh,
early
yeah.
on. Like
Did you?
when the first time that they mentioned nanotechnology, I was
Oh,
like,
that would have
Oh,
made
that's
sense.
probably it.
Shit.
that's a big.
That's
like,
a big red flag
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there. let's talk about the voice cast. Michael Douglas and Samuel L. Jackson are fucking killing it in this episode.
Samuel Jackson did a great job. Like,
Yeah, they were awesome. I don't know who they got to play Scarlett Johansson.
I was trying to figure
But,
that out. I was just like, that was a really interesting.
Not a great one. Not a great choice. She's good, but she does not sound like Black Widow.
No, I mean she tries. She tries.
I mean, neither of us can, but I'm just saying I would have preferred Scarlett Johansson. But that's probably not going to happen.
That's
for
never
obvious
gonna
reasons.
happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like,
We got Tom Hiddleston.
I loved the mystery behind it. You know,
What I thought about this one
Oh,
that
it
was the coolest part was like episodes 1 and 2 were kind of like, here's a little fun jaunt. Like,
this
what
was
would
like,
happen
let's
with this?
change everything.
This is like, what if everybody fucking died? Like,
What if Tony Stark died as early as Iron Man 2? You know what I mean?
I also think it's a little bit bullshit that Hawkeye can kill Thor with one arrow.
Yeah, but Thor was mortal then.
Oh yeah, right.
Do your reading, ho. No,
Pay attention.
pay attention, son.
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, no, it's. Hey, listen.
It's okay.
Wait, how
It
did
happens.
the Hulk like turn into a balloon?
Yeah,
right?
the Hulk, he put a thing like in his heart that just made it like continue growing and
yeah,
expanding.
expanding.
Gave him like
He's
HGH.
Violet Beauregarded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hulk, you're turning green. Boom.
Oh no. I like how they once again they recontextualize all the different scenes from different Marvel movies.
They didn't say how Tony Stark died.
It's still one of those things though, like it's still one of those episodes where it's like, even though I like this one the best because they did the most wild shit, it's still like the same outcome, because then at the end of the episode, wasn't it like, who's there? Miss Marvel? No, Captain Marvel.
and then
and-
you're gonna have who else was it? There was one other person that he
Who was standing there? Oh, they were at the ice.
Yes,
getting
thank
Steve
you.
out.
Getting Steve out.
Yeah.
Which is
Steve.
which is funny because you have who's the dude? Who's the agent guy? The
Coulson.
Yeah, thank you. Where he talks about his password, where it's like, I love Steve, like
Yeah.
0407.
Yeah, that's like in Iron Man 3 when he asked for Rhodey's password and he's like, all right, it's War Machine Rocks with 3 X's, and he goes, it's such a better name. He goes, yeah, but I can't tell you that. Or some shit like that. I don't
Something
know.
to the effect.
Don't at me. I don't care.
It was good though. I like it's cool. It's cool how they actually are handling violence, I think, in these. Like when they're like shooting somebody or like someone like the Hulk explodes, like it's all green. He would have been like viscera. Like I think it's just like they do it like a
Pretty
real
sure I've
simple-
seen the Hulk bleed red before in this universe.
Right.
So,
But
yeah, no, it's good. Listen, hey, I haven't had a problem with there's none of this is boring or as offensive as Loki. And although I feel Loki is kind of the bottom of the barrel as you can get with like a TV show.
right. Lake Bell played Black Widow, and I think you know her.
Who's she? What else is she in?
She's a comedy actress.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of stuff. You would
Wet Hot American
you've
Summer.
definitely seen
Oh,
her.
So that's,
okay.
like, why-
You forced me to watch that in college, so I definitely
Did.
seen her. Yeah. I would come home to my fucking house, and these guys would be on my. There was a couple weekends where it was just where all the couch surfers would come. Remember the one time you guys had the concert and you didn't get back to my house at like 4 a.m. because they hit something. They
Something
hit a
like
person,
that.
right?
Oh
The
yeah,
train
the
hit a
train.
person.
Yeah, they called it a passenger strike.
Like, did they get grinded up or did they? Just,
I don't know. Somebody jumped on the track and then like it was literally so it's, you know how like there's like the 1 a.m. train out of Penn Station and that's the last train.
It's like the 12:58 or some shit, right?
Like
Yeah.
that's the last train until like 5
a.m.
or something
Yeah.
like that. So we're on that train and I think we're by like Elizabeth or something. We're like not far out of New York. And then like the train just like suddenly breaks. And then
That station's like
stops.
15 minutes from here, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if I was living here, I would have been. You guys just want to get off and come.
Literally
here.
would have walked to you and
Yeah.
it would have been quicker.
Yeah.
So the train stops, everybody's sitting there waiting. We're all like, we had a show, so we're all like really old, like sweaty, nasty, hungry, tired. People got to piss. Like, it's
Yeah.
just a bad situation. Everybody's like, I want to go home. I'm beat up. I think it was like a Wonder Year show or something.
No, you guys saw. God, They're front bottoms.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, yes, sweaty, nasty, like dirty, and we're all waiting there, and like the train stops, and then like the conductors are like occasionally walking through the car every so often, and we're like, can somebody tell me what's going on? And they're like, we can't talk about this. Like, you just need to pay attention. You need to wait. You need to be patient. And eventually, like, yeah, we fucking hit somebody.
Yeah, we fucking hit somebody, and it is not good. So
no, we had to get off the train. They pulled up another train next to our train, and that we had to like get off the train, walk across like the Elizabeth train tracks, and then hop onto that train.
Oh my god, that fucking sucks so much.
It was yeah, and then we literally got home at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I remember I was on the couch, and I was like, "What the fuck? Where you guys been?" You're like, "You will never believe us if we told you."
Like, yeah, we killed a guy.
We killed a guy. All right, you want to hit clip of the week over there?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
Ooh. All right.
Oh God.
So I've seen this video. It's a couple years old, but it's kind of blown up on the sub I follow right now, and it's pretty funny. Have you guys ever seen this?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
You fucking cunt. Go on, get him. Go on, son.
So this is a
He's on him, he's fucked.
British
He's gone
police
down the-
officer chasing,
He's
I think, a
fucked. He's gone
drunk
down the
guy
pier
down like a pier.
So out of shape.
Yeah, they're both like, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna get you now."
They are both at a jogging pace at best,
Yeah,
and this guy is running
towards the water, bro.
on a dock towards the water.
How's he gonna get out, bro?
He ain't going nowhere, he's fucked.
I love this guy. He's not going anywhere. He's fucked.
Is he going to try to swim off? Oh, what's he going to go jump in?
I ain't done
Oh,
nothing
is he?
wrong, man.
I love like when you give me like a dirty British accent or like narrating a video.
It's the best.
What's he gonna do?
Oh, he pushed me!
Yep.
Oh,
Yes! He's phoned him in! He's fucked!
He's fucked.
So the cop like
So, yeah.
approached this
Fucking
guy,
legend.
and the guy's on the end of the dock, and
Funny cunt.
the cop goes to like
Hold on. Did you hear what he said?
come back.
Listen what he says.
Cunt.
Oh, hold on. Oh, it's got to go back a little bit
Yeah,
farther.
go back
Here we go.
there.
Listen,
You fucking legend!
right here.
Funny cunt!
They just love throwing that. They love throwing that word around.
Yeah, they really do.
C word is just like the dude over there.
Look.
Oh, the cop got up and is running after him. Good for him.
wow. Emerged from the deep.
I just give this guy credit if he's like, fuck it,
Oh,
no, I'm
shall
running
we
him
give it
down.
up?
I would just give it up at this point.
Now
I'd be
he's
like, fuck it.
embarrassed. He's gotta do something.
Bit slow, sir. A bit slow, sir.
He went that way, you drip!
You drip.
Oh my God.
He went that way, you drip. I'm gonna need this one for drops.
You know, that was as far as clip of the weeks go, that was a wholesome clip of the week.
It was. And like I said, we really okay, so in the hotel room, we watched nothing but CNN. So I saw nothing but photos of Afghanistan and reminiscing
you
about
are burnt out.
and reminiscing about Katrina right before this hurricane hits Louisiana, which Godspeed. Just like I didn't need any more.
You're like, I
didn't
need something that can put
any
Benny
more.
Hill behind,
Yes.
and I can just enjoy it.
yeah, exactly. Cool. So, thanks so much for watching or listening. Last show of the summer, everybody. We had a good summer, right? We moved in. We got the new studio. Looks good. We got some new team members. Jess, welcome.
Woo.
Jess signed
I'll
a
be
contract
back.
with Mephisto.
Of course
Oh
she did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna die?
You'll be
then?
back, right? You're coming
I
back.
will. Yeah.
She's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm coming
I'm gonna
back.
come back. Just fuck this. Fuck this.
Do
Yeah.
you have next week off?
We have next week off, and then the following week we come back with Shang-Chi.
September, baby.
September 12th, I think, is that show. Let me look. I'm gonna look at the calendar real quick. Okay.
10? No. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out.
September September 12th is
12th,
that
yeah.
show. Yeah. So everyone will have long talked about Shang-Chi and their reviews will be out. And, you know, we'll just put something out that's late to the party.
It's fine.
It's fine. But we need a week off.
Which is
Okay. All right. Relax. It's not that bad. Okay. All right.
no, I'm perfectly fine.
And then we'll be doing shows straight through September, October. And
Fall's coming up,
and
baby. You're gonna see us in flannels and
mm-hmm.
beanies,
sweatshirts.
naked. This is a Howard Stern podcast.
You definitely
now.
cannot come in here naked. I'm gonna be like,
I mean, I can. I'm not gonna go on
I'm
camera
just gonna
naked.
be like, all right,
clip of the week.
clip of the week. Yeah, no. But yeah. So thanks so much for hanging out with us this summer. Yeah, like I said, it's been like when we come back, it'll be a year since I started the show. So it'll be good. We'll have a full table. There you go. There you go. We'll have a full table. Everyone will be here, and Jess will be at the controls, and it'll be good times going forward. And we have the website coming too, so we got a lot of cool things coming up. And I really want to start making videos again. So
Stay tuned, baby.
hopefully, cool. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.